It's my 30th birthday today. It is about 5:10 in the morning, and I am watching the sun rise. Walian is down there. You can see that dark area, that's Maitland Mountain. And then there's the ocean, the harbors and the ports. That's kind of there in the middle. I actually first came to Walian in August of when I lived in Elon, in Ludong City to be precise. I had a few days off, so I decided to book a room at a hostel just west of the train station and take the first train down to Walian. Of course, I arrived much earlier than I needed to. Couldn't check in until 3 p.m. So I walked towards the mountains. I actually passed the trail to go up this mountain, but I went past it and instead went to a waterfall. This is actually the first time I've been up here. It's a fitting place to go for the morning of your 30th birthday, right? So when I first came to Taiwan, I only intended to come here for 2 or 3 years. But circumstances, both personal and global, have kept me here longer. But I'm very happy here in Taiwan. I'm very happy here in Walian. Just wish I had my wife here. That would be kind of nice. She's stuck in the Philippines. But I've also been here long enough where I'm starting to feel like it's time to leave. And it's not that I want to leave because I don't enjoy Walian. It's just I feel like it's time for the next step, the next chapter. I kind of felt the same when I left New York. Because it's kind of weird. Is Walian my home? Or is it just where I live? I don't think I ever really felt New York City was my home. I felt like it was just somewhere that I lived. But that's maybe something for another video. I guess I should say something about what I plan to do for the next decade or the next 30 years. But reality is that so far, making it up as I go has worked really, really well. That cloud kind of looks like a wolf. There was one earlier that looked like Godzilla or Dragon was like shooting fire into the sky. Some of those ones over there look like turtles. You can hear monkeys down there. It was a weird turn of events that led me to living here. It's been good. And I'm curious where my adventure will take me next. Where are you from is a much easier question to answer than where is your home? Because where is my home? I mean, it's not really Walian. I'm not Taiwanese. I'm a guest here. I enjoy being here in Taiwan, but at the end of the day, I am just a guest. It's not New York. I mean, I only lived there for a short time. 4 of those years out of 6 were in university, which isn't really real life. And there were 2 of them, but in many ways I was very disconnected from what was going on. And, I don't really have family there and stuff. So is it central Massachusetts, where I grew up, my hometown and stuff? Well, I've been gone for so long, I'm very disconnected. Majority of what I know about what's going on is either from my parents or mainly from my friends who still live in the area's Facebook. Many of them are parents and are generally less than happy with the school district, or usually the school district seems to be the attraction of most of their air nowadays. So I guess in some way, I could go back to central Massachusetts and make that my home again. It's not the Philippines, that's my wife's home. If she still feels it's her home, I should ask her sometime. I think she still feels it's her home. So it's like one of those things where maybe I've been gone long enough that if at some point I don't make a conscious decision that somewhere is home, I'll be doomed to wander the earth. Maybe not the worst doom in the world. But it's weird because every time I go home and I go back to the United States, it feels strange. Like there's something I'm not getting. That I've been gone just long enough that it starts to feel alien. That things start to become strange and that I don't understand them, or I read something in the news and I can't relate. Something's a big deal to people and I just don't really have any feelings about it. Like you're dissociated from your own homeland. Like it doesn't feel very real anymore. That's sometimes why I feel like if we did at some point decide to move to the United States, I don't know if I'd move back to central Massachusetts. Because I feel like it would be strange that once I felt like I understood what was going on. I was young, I was a teenager in my 20s, maybe I never had a clue what was going on there. So maybe I'd go somewhere else so that we're both somewhat new and somewhat strangers. I don't know. At the same time, would my wife even want to? The U.S. is not her home. She didn't grow up there. Most of her connection and idea of what the United States is from movies. Very much the soft power route. You know, in many ways, she probably feels that the Philippines is still her home. There's no easy answers. In many ways, I don't have a real interest in ever moving back to New York City. Because in many ways, I think that what I liked about New York City at the time was more social than the place itself. You know, that if I had had that same social circle and those same social circumstances in, Anchorage, Alaska, then I would feel that same fond memory for Anchorage, Alaska. I've never been to Alaska. I've always wanted to. So it's like anywhere you go, you have to make a brand new you. It's beautiful here. But in some ways it's beautiful everywhere. You just have to find it.